and I am going to start a PowerPoint presentation here. All right, but there's going to be a little problem in the PowerPoint presentation because there will be some alignment problems. So हो सकता है कि यार word कहीं और है but उसका meaning कहीं और दिखा रहा है. But I hope you will all cooperate with me and you will all bear it with me and keep your pens and pencils ready to write the meanings wherever possible. So I am starting the PowerPoint. Just give me a moment. All right, guys. So the lesson we are doing today is called The Alchemy of Nature. Now, before we start with the lesson, I want you to know meaning of a lot of things here. Okay. But first, we'll just see certain things about the lesson. All right. So this lesson is actually a motivational text. Okay. It has a lot of motivation and inspiration filled for us. It is written by Raksha Baradia, and she describes the transformative influence of nature on all of us. All right. So when nature transforms, it has its influence on all of us as well. Like you can see right now, when nature is transforming, it does have an influence on all of us. The chapter or the lesson starts with the lines from one of the most popular and classic poem called The Auguries of Innocence by the renowned British poet William Blake. Okay, so this poem, it will start with a very beautiful line, four beautiful lines or a stanza from the poem called Auguries of Innocence. And this poem is written by a very famous poet called William Blake. The meaning of the word auguries is a sign, okay, a SIGN sign or a symbol of innocence. All right. Through the various examples, the writer inspires us to listen to nature and learn from it, and in the process, become precious like gold. Okay. He wants us to get inspired by nature. He wants us to learn from it. He wants us to listen to it. And in this process of listening and learning and getting inspired, he wants us to become as precious as gold is. Thus, nature gives us just a moment. Thus, nature gives us the timeless wisdom about love, learning, compassion, positive attitude, and courage to overcome obstacles and encourages us to live our life to the fullest. Now, I will tell you the meaning of the word alchemy. So, there are two meanings. All right. I wanted to write the first meaning, the meaning as per the context, a contextual meaning. Okay. जैसे कि इंग्लिश में हर एक वर्ड का मीनिंग डिफर करता है as per its context. Similarly, the word alchemy also has different meanings. The contextual meaning, please write it down, it's the magic. Okay, magic. So the lesson ka naam would be the magic of nature. Another meaning of the word alchemy is a little surprising. You'll be surprised to know because इसका meaning आप already जानते हैं, but आपको पता नहीं था कि ये word का meaning ऐसा हो सकता है. To make you understand or to let you know about the other meaning, I want you to listen to a little story, okay, which is extremely beautiful. So I'll put the story here as well so that you can have a look. Guys, the story is really ancient, all right? I don't know how ancient it is, but it's extremely ancient. So in India, there was a belief that there is a stone called Paras money. अब ये story सही है या ये सिर्फ एक fiction है? There's no proof of it. So let me be very clear about it. We don't have an idea about the reality or the truth about it or how concrete this story is. But एक belief था, एक मान्यता थी that there is a stone in India called the Paras money. Now there was some really amazing things and some really surprising things about the stone Paras money. So the one of the biggest features of it was that if you touch it to anything, then that particular thing would turn into gold. Just like the Midas touch. अगर ये पत्थर को आपने किसी भी चीज से कांटेक्ट में लाया तो जिस गोल्ड की हो जाएगी. Now The Arabs around the world, they heard about this and they wanted this gem with themselves. अभी of course यार ऐसा gem है तो किसको भी चाहिए रहेगा ना. But when they came to India, they tried to find it, but they couldn't find it anywhere in India. So this shows that maybe ये खाली एक mythological story था शायद. But now they were very serious about it कि यार चलो हमको मिला नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, हम इसको बना लेंगे, we'll create it. So in this process of creation, they started a study of different elements of nature. Nature में जितने भी अलग-अलग elements थे, उन सबको पढ़ना शुरू किया. And they named this study as the alchemy. ये जो study था of different elements was called alchemy. Now what's surprising is alchemy को आज के language में, in modern language, we also call it chemistry. I'm very sure you people learn chemistry and you people know what is chemistry. It's a study of different elements of nature. Simple as that. So alchemy का दूसरा meaning is also chemistry, but वो meaning यहाँ इस lesson में applicable नहीं है. The meaning applicable in this lesson is the magic. All right. So uh, they named it as alchemy, but basically they were trying to find the magical power of the jewel Paras money. In this lesson, the word alchemy means the magical power of nature, and I hope you remember this for a very long time. Do not confuse the meanings. All right. So, guys, we start the poem with something, called a stanza. Like we all know, we have them in poems, and we already read about it. It's a stanza from a poem called The Auguries of Innocence, written by William Blake. So, what do these lines tell us? These lines tell us that to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. So, what does this say? This talks about a very famous proverb called beauty lies, beauty lies. I want you all to finish this proverb and complete this proverb for me, okay, on the chat. Let me see how many of you get it correct. It says, beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. खूबसूरती चीजों में नहीं होती, जो इंसान उसको देखता है उसके नजरिए में खूबसूरती होती है. So when you, if you have the textbook with you, or if you have the PDF file of the textbook, you will see that there is a purple box right beneath the stanza. Okay, the meaning is given over there. It's very simple to understand. It says something as small as a grain can spark off an idea or an imagination of a huge significance or importance to the world. भले ही एक छोटा सा ग्रेन ऑफ सैंड हो, पर ये छोटे से ग्रेन ऑफ सैंड में अगर आपका नजरिया बड़ा है, यू कैन सी or you can come up with an idea which actually is so important to the world. Okay, so ये सब नजरिए की बात है. One can witness and experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as a wildflower and derive joy forever. Then the next line says, you can see a heaven in a wildflower. A very simple example, guys. Cactus is one thorny plant which not many of us would want to cultivate in our houses or in our gardens. Why? Thorny hai. हमको क्या use है इसका? But when you look at it from the bird's perspective, this one plant of cactus is actually heavenly. You know why? Because in deserts where birds are left thirsty and do not have survive, the cactus provides them with that water and quenches their thirst. I'm very sure आप सब जानते हैं, साइंस में पढ़ा रहेगा, that cactus holds water. So what these birds do, they peck their beaks into these thorny cactus plants and suck water and quench their thirst. तो जो हमारे लिए एक वाइल्ड फ्लावर है, उनके लिए वो हेवन है. All right. So these birds derive joy out of it. Only one should have the eyes and time to see it. हिंदी में कहावत है, लो किसी को पत्थर में शिवलिंग दिखता है तो किसी को शिवलिंग में पत्थर. It's all about the way you look at things and your perspective. Then we go to the next line. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand. The word infinity means endless space, endless, unlimited space. So this says, with our small palm, हमारा palm इतना छोटा है, but it can hold the destiny of the earth through our efforts. यानी कि हमारे एफर्ट्स, हमारे हाथों में सिर्फ हमारे एफर्ट्स हैं, और हम ये नहीं सोच सकते कि मेरे अकेले के एफर्ट से क्या होगा. You have to do your bit. Today during lockdown, when you see a lot of people roaming out there and you tell yourself, अरे मैं अकेला घर पे रहने से क्या होने वाला है, छोड़ो यार मैं भी बाहर जाता हूँ. That's not the point. The point is you have your efforts in your control and you're supposed to do that. दुनिया क्या कर रही है फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. मुझे अगर लगता है कि घर पे बैठना सेफ है, मेरे लिए ही नहीं, फॉर माय फैमिली, फॉर द पीपल आई लव, फॉर द एंटायर कंट्री एंड फॉर द एंटायर वर्ल्ड, फॉर एंटायर ह्यूमन एंड ह्यूमैनिटी, do it. Your little action can help humanity and earth survive. Eternity in an hour. Eternity, the meaning is endless time. It's given in the textbook. Endless time. But just an hour is enough. But just an hour in your life is enough to make a difference in the world forever. Eternity तो यार endless time है. पर अगर आप दुनिया में कुछ अलग करना चाहते हैं, just an hour, forget an hour, I say just a moment is enough. For example, that moment when Thomas Alva Edison thought कि लाइट इन्वेंट करने से दुनिया में बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा, that moment actually changed the entire future of humanity, right? So that's what these four lines tell us. Okay, so in the bracket of the textbook you will see of this purple box, they say great deeds, great actions can surpass, can actually cross the limit of time and space. They never die. So it's all up to us and up to what we think. So guys, the central idea of the lesson is very simple. This lesson, Alchemy of Nature, speaks about the power of everyday elements of nature to transform our times, giving us the most valuable lessons of life. Besides giving pleasure, nature has lessons for life, and it is up to us what we learn from it and how we implement these lessons in our lives. If we do learn and implement these lessons, we experience the alchemy of nature. The alchemy of nature is the magic of nature. I want you to take the screenshot of this summary and then you can read it on your own once we are done with the lesson. Just take a screenshot as I put it. Take a screenshot. Then take a screenshot of, just a moment, this. And now we will start with the lesson. All right. So lesson starts with a very beautiful line. It says, we instinctively turn towards outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. Are you listening? So the first line says, we instinctively turn to outdoor activities. I want you to write the meaning of the word instinctively. Okay. The meaning the meaning of the word instinctively is spontaneously or naturally. Spontaneously or naturally. Okay, so we naturally turn to outdoor activities and nature, just like we were discussing in the beginning, in the initial part of this lecture. That nature, with the moment we are tired and we are done with our busy lives, the first thing we want to do is to go for a vacation and where to those natural places and do those outdoor activities. And these are our ways of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Please write the meaning of the word enhancing. The word enhancing means improving, improving our well-being. The word well-being means our way of life. So the moment we get a chance or an opportunity, we naturally turn towards nature and these outdoor activities and try to relax and improve our ways of life. Nature soothes and nurtures. These three lines are such where I can compare or draw a comparison between nature and our parents. Okay, nature and our parents, they're similar. Nature soothes and nurtures. Let's meaning for the word soothe. It means relieves pain or discomfort. In short, makes us comfortable. Nature makes us comfortable and it nurtures us. Nurture is to care for us and protect us. So nature क्या करता है, वो हमको comfort करता है. अगर आप देखो, when we get hurt, sometimes not applying a medicine is the best option because nature has its own way of healing us. Not just the physical pain, but also the mental or the emotional pain. Okay, nature has its own way of healing us, and it takes care of us, it protects us, just like parents do. Nature fulfills and motivates. So nature fulfills all our demands and it motivates us. So for example, when we were born, when the first human was born, उसने बोला भगवान मेरे को बहुत शर्म आ रहा है ऐसा पीके जैसा घूमने के लिए, प्लीज गिव मी सम क्लोथ्स. सो भगवान ने अपने को दिए कपड़े. फिर हमने बोला भगवान मला भूख लागली आहे काहीतरी खायला द्या. God gave us a lot of natural things. Then we said भगवान खाली वेजिटेरियन खा के बोर होता है, थोड़ा चिकन मटन भी हो जाए. God gave us that. Then we said बहुत गर्मी हो रही है भगवान थोड़ा मजा आ जाए हवा आ जाए. He gave us breeze. भगवान my throat is thirsty, can you give me something to quench my thirst? He gave us water. So you see what has nature not given us, motivates us. That is what we're going to learn in the lesson. Just like parents do, they fulfill all our demands and they motivate us. Nature whispers and commands. I love this line because it has a lot of meaning. Nature whispers and commands. The word whispers over here means to talk softly. बट इसका एक डीप मीनिंग है जो मैं आपको बताऊंगा. ओके, नेचर विस्पर्स दैट इज स्पीक्स सॉफ्टली एंड नेचर कमांड्स दैट इज नेचर ऑर्डर्स. ऑलराइट. सो while all this is while when we were constantly destroying nature, the bushfire in Australia happened, the glaciers in the Arctic Circle were all melting, the ozone layer was getting depleted, and we kept continuing with our lives, and we kept destroying the nature in the worst possible manner that we could. Okay, so nature kept whispering, हमको warnings दिया छोटा छोटा, जैसे कि seasonal changes हो गए, जैसे कि कभी अभी अगर आप देखो, so the winters they started late and they ended late, the summers they've become extremely hot. Earlier I remember 10 years ago or maybe 20-25 years ago, if you ask your parents, they would tell you that the maximum temperature in our country or in our city was maybe a 32 or a 35. But now, if you see, we go up to 42, 43. Winters in some areas have become so strong that people die of winter. Rains have become so extreme that there are floods all around and people die out of rains as well. So nature whispers. ये सब एक warning है nature का कि तुम जो कर रहे हो रुक जाओ, गलत कर रहे हो. And when we don't listen to nature, it commands. Commands का meaning over here could be punishes. ये जो कोरोना वायरस हुआ है, what is this? This is one. I mean, I'm not saying that this is the fact or this is the truth, but this is my opinion. I believe that nature wanted to heal itself, and nature knew कि इंसान के ऊपर रखूंगी तो ये कुछ healing होने देगा नहीं. So it's better I do something wherein they all shut up and sit at home and let me be myself. Let me purify my lakes and rivers and seas. Let the other creatures that I've created enjoy. And that's how it commands. So ये जो floods आते हैं, जो earthquakes होते हैं, जो tsunamis होते हैं, it's nature's way of punishing all of us. All right. So the question that the writer is asking is, are you listening? Honestly guys, we don't listen to nature. हमारे पास टाइम ही नहीं है. हमारे पास टाइम ही नहीं है कि बैठकर देखेंगे नेचर क्या बोल रहा है. But see what the writer says. She says, when I do, it leaves me in complete awe. This awe is not the ones that the girls usually do. Awe. This awe is different. The meaning is fascination or great respect mixed with fear. Okay, or surprise or astonishment. You can read all of these meanings: surprise or astonishment. All right. Now we start with the most important part of the lesson. Right. We have a hibiscus plant. It's not hibiscus, it's hibiscus. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight, a flower blooms on it, big, bright, and tender. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. So the first example that the writer gives us is that of a shoe flower. Hibiscus plant bears a flower called a shoe flower, which we all famously know for being really close to Lord Ganesha in our mythology. So ये बोलता है, we have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight, please write the meaning of the word fortnight. Hibiscus plant का meaning मैंने बता दिया आपको, तो वो छोड़िए. The word fortnight means a period of 2 weeks or 15 days. So हर 15 दिन में एक flower bloom होता है, a flower blooms. The word bloom means opens up, okay, or grows. Now, there is a description of this flower. How does it look? It is big, bright, and tender. The meaning of the word tender is delicate, soft, or gentle. So, we all know a shoe flower is big, it is bright red, but it is very delicate and soft and gentle. Through the day, it dances with the, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. This line doesn't literally mean कि वो नाचता है sun और wind के साथ. It means that it simply moves and enjoys itself. I want you to underline this entire line. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. It means it enjoys its living, its life. वो जैसे ही bloom होता है, पूरा दिन 15 दिन लगता है उसको bloom होने में. पूरा दिन it enjoys its life to the fullest. But as the evening approaches, it starts wilting. The meaning of the word wilting is wither or to dry and droop. यानी कि आज सुबह ही वो ब्लूम हुआ है और आज शाम को वो ड्राई होना शुरू हो जाता है, वो मुरझाना शुरू हो जाता है. हाउ अनफेयर ऑफ नेचर एंड लाइफ दैट 15 डेज इट टुक, 15 दिन का स्ट्रगल किया टू ग्रो, और लाइफ मिला तो सिर्फ कुछ घंटों का. द मॉर्निंग आफ्टर इट विदर्स कंप्लीटली. अगला दिन वो कंप्लीटली विदर हो जाता है, कंप्लीटली ड्राई हो जाता है. ओके. By evening, it falls and becomes one with the earth again. This line is absolutely beautiful. Becomes one with the earth again. We all know we are all made up of dust, and into dust we would all go. It's a very famous line said by William Shakespeare कि हम लोग जमीन से आए हैं, हम मिट्टी के बने हैं और मिट्टी में वापस चले जाएंगे. So this is another process of nature. So the next morning ये गिर जाता है और अर्थ पे गिरकर उसका भी एक हो जाता है. The flower comes to life only for a day, but or yet it does so in full splendor. Right? The meaning of the word splendor, it means magnificent and expressive appearance. सिर्फ एक दिन के लिए लाइफ के लिए आता है, बट वो पूरा लाइफ जी के जाता है. What if we too lived our life however short to its fullest? So this question is, what if we too lived our life however short to its fullest? We are always scared about the future. हमको नहीं मालूम फ्यूचर में हमारे साथ क्या होने वाला, हम डर डर के जीते हैं. तो ये यही बोल रहा है कि यार लाइफ किसको मालूम है कब खत्म होने वाली. तो जितनी लाइफ मिल रही है उसको कंप्लेन ना करें, बट उसको जी भर कर जिए. And that's why this line from the movie कल होना हो is apt. हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो, जो है समा कल होना हो. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. So why worry about it? Right now, it's quarantine period. We are all stuck at home. Please do not complain कि यार क्या है, मैं बाहर नहीं जा सकता, मैं खेल नहीं सकता, मैं घूम नहीं सकता, मैं मुझे बाहर का खाना है, मैं होटल नहीं जा सकता. Please think about the other people who have more difficult problems. There are people who don't even have a home to live under. आज तुम्हारे पास घर तो है, आज तुम रात को एसी में सोते हो, किसी के पास एसी नहीं है. Think about the animals who are there out, eating whatever they get on the road, which may be infected with coronavirus. Think about all the poor people who don't have food to eat. Think about all the people who are traveling, who live away from their houses, who are walking, thousands of kilometers, and they don't die of coronavirus, but they die of exhaustion. Think about all of those and understand life जैसा भी मिला है, अच्छा मिला है. Of course, हम complain करेंगे, हम humans हैं, but complain करो, but find out a time where you fold your hands, and if you don't believe in God, believe in nature and thank nature for whatever good it has done to you. Okay, and live your life to the fullest. Please write beside this paragraph's messages, live our life to the fullest. ये paragraph का मतलब है live our life to the fullest. That's the first example that we learn from nature. Let's go to the next one. The writer says, we saw small bit small bit of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look or things may seem, there is always an opening. So the writer says that, whenever you walk on a concrete pavement, please write the meaning of the word pavement. Pavement is footpath. and the word peeping is to look or to secretly look at something or to come out of something secretly. So we saw small bits of grass looking secretly through a small crack in a concrete pavement. Concrete pavement is footpath. You all know what concrete is. It's a material, and footpath is pavement, right? It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there's always an opening. Guys, what I have learned in science is that if you want plants to grow or if you want grass to grow, it's very important for the water to seep into the soil. Soil के अंदर वो जाएगा तब जाके plant grow होता है. And concrete का property ऐसा है कि उसके अंदर water seep नहीं हो सकता है. But many birds or sometimes birds do this or sometimes breeze and wind they do this. ऐसी seeds जो होते हैं वो उड़कर ये concrete pavements में गिर जाते हैं. ये concrete pavement पट्टी भी चली जाती है. And then rains happen and they get some water and you will see this grass coming out. What does it tell us? However impossible it looks for the grass to grow out of the concrete pavement, it finds its own way. लाइफ में ऐसे बहुत सारे phases आते हैं where you feel कि अब इससे आगे कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है. Many students of this generation they fall prey to this. लगता है कि नहीं यार बहुत stress बढ़ गया है, depression हो गया है, या कुछ लाइफ में कुछ खो गया है, कुछ खो गया है, रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं आने वाला है, पढ़ाई नहीं किया है, अब कोई रास्ता नहीं है, एंड दे एंड देयर लाइफ. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, इट्स जस्ट अ लिटिल फेस. कितना भी इम्पॉसिबल चीज लगे, देयर इज ऑलवेज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. एक कहावत मैंने सुनी थी, वेन एवर गॉड क्लोजेस one door for us, he opens another door. I would like to add to this. And if you're not able to find another door, look for a window, but you will find one. So जब भी रास्ता बंद होता है तो ये अपने ऊपर है, या तो उस बंद दरवाजे के बाहर बैठ के रोते रहो, या तो रोने का, रोना is not bad, cry, stand up, and now wipe your tears and look for another opportunity and get out of that difficult situation. This is what this paragraph tells us. Nothing is impossible. Okay, that's the message of this example of grass. This is beautiful. Now we saw a tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter months. So the word bare of means without. So he says oh, I think I missed out on something. Guys, unfortunately, this PPT I missed out on something. So there's a little paragraph that says, we went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted, and shaped by the water. Water is so gentle, rock so hard. Yet, as the water flows over it every day for years, the rock gives in. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal and we are so small, yet if we persist. Guys, I want you to write the meanings of certain things. Now, because I cannot show it to you on the screen, I am really apologetic about it and I hope you can cooperate with me. So the next example is that of a rocky beach. So the writer says, we went to a beach full of rocks. Like if you go to marine lines, you will see marine lines पे बहुत सारे star-shaped rocks हैं. And so spread of the majestic ocean. The meaning of the word majestic is royal. Okay, Royal. The meaning of the word majestic is royal. And the rocks alongside. And how was this rock? They were carved, sculpted, and shaped by the water. The meaning of the word carved, sculpted, and shaped is the same. Carved matlab sculpted, sculpted matlab shaped, shaped matlab carved. And these shaped rocks were actually not shaped by a human being. They were actually shaped by the water. Now, water is so gentle, rock is so hard. अब सवाल ये है कि यार water जो इतना gentle है, rock इतना hard है. How can water actually give shape to the rock? And the people who don't understand this, जिसको लगता है कि नहीं water hard है, rock gentle है, I would request you to try this. घर पे बैठो, पत्थर लो, सर पे मारो, पानी लो, सर पे मारो, देखो किससे खून आता है. जिससे खून आएगा वो hard रहेगा. So the water and rock is so hard. Yet as the water flows over it every day for years, the rock gives in. Please write the meaning of this idiom gives in. Sorry, the phrase gives in. Gives in means gives up, surrenders. gives in means gives up, surrenders. हर रोज इतने साल डेकेड्स तक सेंचुरीज तक ये वाटर बिना ये सोचे कि मैं कितना कमजोर है, रॉक कितना हार्ड है, ये उसके ऊपर बहता रहता है, उससे बैंग करता रहता है. एंड वन डे द रॉक गिव्स अप. वो हाथ जोड़ के बोलता है भाई मैं हारा तू जीता. एंड दिस रॉक टेक्स द शेप दैट द वाटर कमांड. जैसा वाटर बोलता है वैसा शेप वो ले लेता है. सो व्हाट डू वी लर्न? Our problems are so colossal. The meaning of the word colossal is not kajal, girls. Colossal kajal nahi hai. Here the word colossal means huge. ये वर्ड जो है आपने देखा रहेगा आईपीएल में, whenever क्रिस गेल और एमएस धोनी और रोहित शर्मा हिट्स अ लॉन्ग सिक्स, वहां पर स्क्रीन पे आता है दिस वाज कोलोसल. So our problems are huge, they are humongous, and we are so small. Yet if we persist, please write the meaning. Persist means continuous efforts. Persist is continuous efforts. Guys, this reminds me of a beautiful example. Uh, there's a movie of Nawazuddin Siddiqui called Maji. This is a real story based on a man who's also called the Mountain Man. So it seems that he had a wife and he loved his wife a lot. And during some illness, he was trying to reach to a hospital from his village, but he couldn't reach there on time, and his wife passed away. And he said the reason was that mountain. वहाँ पे रास्ता नहीं बना था. So this man decides that I will create this. I will create way out of this mountain. So he spends decades and decades. और वो गवर्नमेंट के पास नहीं जाता है कि तुम मुझे करके दो. वो अकेला हर रोज एक एक पत्थर उस माउंटेन का तोड़ता है और वहां से रास्ता बनाता है. तो हमारा प्रॉब्लम कितना भी बड़ा हो, अगर हम कंटिन्यूअस एफर्ट्स रखें तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो ही जाती है. And that is what this example of the rocky beach tells us. Okay, write the meaning, write the message beside the paragraph. It says the third paragraph is about persistence, continuous efforts. All right. So, guys, we will stop here right now because we are short of time. I will tell you certain things that you are supposed to do. Of the first four lines of the stanza is here. Then the paragraph that I didn't have was this one. We went to a rocky beach, wala. So even that is covered now. So guys, I want you to do certain activities at home. You will go to page number 40, as you can see over here. In number 40 पे जाना है आपने. You will do the first activity of the English workshop. Okay? And you're supposed to write what things in nature teach us the following. So इसमें nothing is impossible to achieve has ये हमने किया हुआ है आज. हमने आज 3 चीजें की हैं guys. We've done the hibiscus plant, the shoe flower, then we've done the bits of grass, and then we just covered the rocky beach and the water. So आपके पास यहाँ पे 8 sentences हैं, उसमें से आप देखिए कहाँ पर कहाँ क्या सूट होता है इन तीनों में. Just out of the 3, okay? But we are still yet to cover a lot of other things, so make sure कि तुम सबका सब fill ऐसे ना करो. Just see कि ये तीनों कहाँ पर सूट हो रहे हैं, and find out those 3 sentences where you can find the relevance. So students, then I wanted to go to activity number 2. Okay. Read the question on the lesson. What do they imply? So I wanted to write, are you listening? इसका आंसर लिखना है आपको. I wanted to write B, what if we too lived our lives however short. इसका मतलब क्या है? Okay, ये दो खाली, A and B. Okay, just A and B. Then guys, I wanted to go to activity number 3. You can see a flowchart over here. You are supposed to fill in the flowchart with the stages of the hibiscus flower. Okay, उसके लाइफ के 4 stages हैं, वो मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप करें. Then guys, I wanted to do activity number 4. That's it. I want to do the entire page 40. You can take a screenshot of this page number 40 का web diagram देके fill in the web. What does it do for human beings? So there is one example given, motivate. You have to write some others. और ये सब जो मैंने बोला है ये उसमें से ही है जितना हमने आज किया है. It's not out of that. Okay. So जितना हमने किया उतने में से ही है. So that's it. So it's activity number 1, 2, 3 and 4.